Welcome to another exciting, exhilarating, sensational. Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing. I love it. Keep going.
Fun episode where we talk about anything that's edible, edible adjacent. Yeah, we talk about food. Anyways, welcome to One for the Table.
I'm John Kang.
I was trying to start off on like a high energy, and you were just like smirking.
No, it's so funny. Yeah. Anyways, welcome to One for the Table. I'm John Kang.
And I'm Kimchi. And this is the podcast to listen to in the middle of the night while you're working out, when you're extremely hungry. And speaking of extremely hungry, I'm very hungry right now.
Yeah, well, we haven't had breakfast yet, and I'm still in LA. And I'm making us some oatmeal congee, and it's not ready yet.
It smells really good, but unfortunately it takes 91 minutes to be completed. So
To do it in a rice cooker, yeah. But in more recent news, Kim, you just got back from a trip to Atlanta.
yes, Hotlanta, but no one says it apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't really eat anything in Atlanta because I just landed at my gig. But I DJ for the first time.
Yeah, there it is. And tell us about that. I want to know about like your experience being a DJ for the first time.
Yeah, so basically I've been studying and learning how to DJ for like the past like several months. Because I love music. I like to think that I have pretty good taste in music. Like I came up like in the club scene. Like my first like drag jobs were basically like hosting dance parties.
Mm.
So like I'm really familiar with like the club culture and like dance music.
Do you play any K-pop in your sets?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Because all of the K-pop music that I listen to is like pretty much curated by you.
I mean, like I've loved K-pop even before it was like trendy. Like I've been following it from like the first generation, but not just K-pop. But I have like a wide range of taste.
Mhm.
I also like house. I like disco. I like oldies goodies.
So what was the night like itself?
It was at a concert venue called Terminal, and basically I was like the headliner for that night. Yeah, I was like really nervous because I was afraid like, what if nobody shows up? Because like I'm not like known as DJ yet, and actually, a couple of the people that were there thought like, it was going to be like a drag show,
Oh,
even though like it says like like I'm DJing.
yeah.
But luckily the turnout was great, and it seems like everybody had so much fun. Like everybody was dancing. The vibe felt immaculate.
Very nice. Well, congratulations. I know you were like seriously in and out of there in like one day because I was watching the dog while you were gone.
Yes, and the reason why I came back so early is because of our friend Diana. It's like, let's do a seafood boil for John.
That was the first time I've ever made or cooked a seafood boil before, and I had such a good time like learning how to do it. Yeah, we did like the Cajun spices. We cooked like we had the giant pot with the propane tank. It was really cool. But like what really shocked me was like how cheap the seafood was.
Oh my God, yes.
I think it was called Hawaiian Market, San Gabriel Valley, I think it's called.
Hmm.
And they had like what kind of crabs did we get? We got Dungeness crabs for $7 a pound, 20 pounds of shrimp, and we had like live crawfish, which was amazing. And all of the seafood except for the shrimp was live. It was so good. And I cooked it with like Cajun spices, garlic powder, peppers, chilies. But then I got the idea to like add in other stuff, and Diana agreed, and she like added in like a mala cube, like one of those hot pot cubes with the oil and the mala. And so like if I were ever gonna do it again, I would totally do like a completely 50-50 half Cajun, half like Szechuan hot pot flavor, just to make it like really spicy. Could you imagine like if you just like went full like just a giant hot pot but as a seafood boil?
Oh my God, I'm salivating. And
Right.
also like yeah, talking about the value. We just went to one of those like crab boil places, and over there the Dungeness crab was $45 a pound, and the Dungeness crab I got was like 1.5 pound, which is like
Oh my god.
almost like $70, for one crab. And then I got like I don't know, like a pound of or half pound of shrimp with it, which ended up being like $12 or something. So like my meal was basically like $100 with tax and tip. But yesterday I basically had like the same quality, actually if not better, yesterday for I think around like $20.
Yeah, it was close to $20 a person, and that's if you had a crab to yourself. I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody got like a pound of half a pound to a pound of crawfish,
Mm-hmm.
half a pound to a pound of shrimp, and then we had potatoes and carrots and corn. That
All
was
the
all boiled in there
addition.
as well, all the additions, and that
Mm-hmm.
was like down to like 20 that bucks a person. It was so good.
Oh yeah, because like at the crab boil places, they also charge you like up an arm for the addition. Like corn, piece of corn
Hmm.
is $3, piece of potato is like $2. Rice is like $4, and it
Which is
all adds up.
wild because like you need like the corn and and the vegetables and stuff to like actually make the boil taste good too. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's in there anyway. Why are you charging extra for it?
I think that's why like they toss in like so much sauce. Cause so yesterday what made like also the seafood great was after like the seafood came out, aside from like you guys and the broth you cooked it in, just like the flavor of like the original ingredient was
Hmm.
so tasty. Like all the
Hmm.
seafood meat had like a little like that good sweetness to it, and it was like
Hmm.
plump and juicy. It almost like didn't need sauce.
Mm.
Like I'll dip it in the garlic butter every now and then, but aside from that, it really didn't need. Oh, and one of our friend made nuc mam,
Oh,
um,
so
like
good.
like
It
the
was
Vietnamese dipping
delicious.
sauce. That was
Oh.
also delicious. But aside from those two sauce, it doesn't really need, like those like
Hmm.
heavy sauces that these crab places like put on.
Yeah, when I was doing research for like how to do a crab boil or how to do a seafood boil for the first time, like the thing that I really took away from it was how there's like there's like a set order to things. So like I actually cooked the potatoes first because they take the longest to cook, and then I followed it up with carrots before the potatoes were done, and then I followed it up with like shrimp, and then we cooked that all together first, and then we put those on the table. And then
Hmm.
separately, I cooked the crawfish, and then separately I cooked the crab. But all of it was using the same broth, so it only got stronger and stronger and stronger every time. It was very very like it was a great thing to learn how to do. I can't wait to do it in Michigan. I need to get one of those like
Mm.
boiler pots for myself.
And also, oh my god, the crawfish was so good too.
Yeah, live crawfish makes such a difference.
Because normally, like crawfish at like I don't know Chinese buffets or whatever, they're like tiny. The meat is so tiny, and it's really not worth the work. But
Hmm.
these babies, these suckers, were plump.
Yeah, yeah, they were more like just like small lobsters. Some of them were just like
Like,
small lobsters.
like we pulled the tail off, and then like all that like like crawfish butter like came with it, and then
Yeah.
you like
Hmm.
clip off like the other end of the tail, and then you pull the meat out, and it was like a mouthful of like crawfish meat.
It was so good. Ah.
And then you suck the head.
Yes. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I'm super excited to do again, but like super spicy Szechuan style with a Szechuan
Hmm.
broth.
And then also, can we talk about that crab butter?
The crab butter. Oh, when we like rip the head and
Hmm.
the
So
yes.
basically, when you like
Oh,
rip like the when you basically crack open like the Dungeness crab body, there's all this like innards that are in there. It sounds gross, but that's called crab butter. And you
hmm.
basically like mix rice into there, squeeze a little like lemon juice into it, if you will.
And then you eat out
Um,
of the crab head with like just pretty much it's crab essence in rice, and it's so good. And
Mm-hmm.
then you take like the midsection and you pick off all the meat at
All the
once
crab meat.
and all the
Mm-hmm.
crab
And you
meat, and
mix
then
it
you
in
mix
there.
that. Ah, it's so good. It's such a good
It look.
time.
It felt like such like a down and dirty, but also like luxurious at the same time.
Hmm. Yes, it was very that.
So between the three protein, crab, crawfish, and shrimp, which one do you think was your favorite?
I really liked. Let me see. I liked the crab, but I think like the shrimp was surprisingly good because they didn't just get like shrimp, but they had like the big like they were looked like small tiger prawns. And first of all, they had like the most meat for the least amount of work. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm.
And but they were really sweet. They tasted
Yeah,
sweet.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. The obviously crab is good. That's the given, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But
Yeah.
the shrimp was really, really tasty.
Mm-hmm. And it was like
Like,
surprising because you were like, okay, against things that you have less common, which is like crawfish, I rarely ever have, and then crab,
mm-hmm,
which is like super expensive, so I don't have it that much. But like really good large shrimp, like when cooked well, it's hard
mm-hmm.
to beat.
And also, normally crab boils they had sausages, but
Hmm.
our friends added fish balls and like beef tendon balls, made it all Asian and
Yeah,
stuff. And I actually
yeah.
like that better because like sausage tends to be just like salty,
Hmm.
so then it makes me like end up like reaching for like rice.
Hmm.
But the fish balls like it just like added like a nice texture and it wasn't too salty.
Yeah, we got the idea because Diana didn't really like, she doesn't really like sausage. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, well, we have to have some like some kind of, I guess, chewy, meaty thing in there. And then I saw these like fish balls. And when I say fish balls, I mean like they're meatballs that are made out of fish meat. And then there's like beef meatballs that are made out of beef and also have little bits of tendon in them. They're normally made for a hot pot. And that's where I got the idea to make it more and more like a hot pot. So I was like, oh, let's add these instead. So some people could have like something that they didn't have to peel or just eat more easily. And the meatballs were so good, such a great addition. I want to add like lapchung, which is like Chinese sausage next time, and like lapyok, which is cured pork belly. That
Mm.
would be so good.
Mm. Talk dirty to me. Boo boo boo
Right.
boo boo.
Basically, if I make a if I make a seafood boil again, it's just going to be like an 8 gallon hot pot.
Literally. And the next thing you know, we're putting in like bok choy, lotus root.
Right.
Someone both like the cognac.
Oh my God, of course. The Remy Martin.
Uh-huh. And then when the imitation crab comes out, that's when we're like, all right, guys.
Okay, settle down.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think is you can still use the Cajun seasoning because like a lot of the Cajun seasoning is like garlic and paprika. Like it's all stuff that tastes good with Chinese flavors. So you
Mm-hmm.
can do it more Cajun or you could do it more Szechuan. It really just depends on like what mood you're into. But like if you're a person that does seafood boils, give it a try and put in like a mala cube in there. And as but if you do it, you have to make sure that everybody in your party likes to eat spicy food. Otherwise, like boil non-spicy food first and then put in the mala cube after because there's no making it not spicy after that.
Or do you think we can make it Korean by adding in
Gochujang.
gochujang?
No, gochujang. Actually, would it be bad though? I don't think it would be. I think it would be pretty good.
Oh, gochujang is like pretty thick, so I feel like it'll
Yeah.
make the broth a little bit more muddy.
Oh, that's true. But there's gonna be so much of it. So like you wouldn't be making like a gochujang soup, but you're just adding it to like Cajun spices and stuff. It would make it a little sweeter, a
Mm-hmm.
little spicier. It could
Mm-hmm.
work
Yeah,
with some Worcestershire sauce.
we could try it next time.
We could. We could just with crab lobster boils all week.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if you boil crab boil in lemonade, would it be like poaching in like lemon juice?
You mean like sweet lemonade?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever thought about I've definitely never thought about doing that. But like, would it be too sugary?
I don't know, because I mean, like the meat already has like a sweetness to it.
Yeah, so wouldn't it I would be afraid that it would make it too sweet. I mean, just for the sake of trying it, I might try it with like a crab leg
Mm,
just to see.
yeah. What if you just discovered something new in the podcast?
Well, you would have to try it first and then report back
Mm.
and
I'd
then
have
make
to
it a
go buy
TikTok
some.
trend.
I'd have to go buy some crab legs first.
Or Instacart it.
Should he put up a little like GoFundMe? Help Kim buy some
Crab
lobster king
legs.
crab legs.
Crab legs for Kim.
No, I'm kidding. We'll never do that. This podcast is sponsored by anyone. But if you are looking to sponsor us, our holes are wide open.
I'm sorry, what?
No, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, so I've got 2 days left in Los Angeles. I think 2 days? Yeah. I leave on
2 days, yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah. So we're gonna hit some like our favorite fancy sushi place tonight. It's tonight.
Tonight,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, you're gonna make us curry.
Yep. I don't think you've ever had my curry before. Well, I make a
don't
bunch
think
of different
so.
kinds of curry, but
Mm,
yeah, I want us to make
well,
something a little healthier because we've been eating a lot of rich food this time.
have we? I feel like we've been eating so healthy.
We started tacos, and then we had trendy Thai, and then we had sushi. We had like California rockin' sushi, but we also had too much. It's
Mm,
not healthy food if you like gorge yourself. It doesn't matter like what you're eating. If you have too much of it,
I
it's
don't
no
know.
longer
I don't know
healthy.
who's gorging. I didn't gorge,
I did. I totally did. I like I
but then
hurt
also like I
myself.
guess you're not. I didn't gorge because like I'm around these food all the time, and
Yeah, that's
you
true.
are a guest.
Yeah, and I am like I can't be stopped right now. It's the food here is
Yeah,
so good.
you can't be tamed.
Mm-mm, I can't be. So what would you say like when you have guests over in California?
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite place to take them selfishly? Because like it's a place that you would never go on your own, but you're always happy to take someone there because it gives you a chance to eat there yourself.
Um, I don't know if I want to go somewhere. I usually find the excuse to go, and I usually have
Mm-hmm.
people like that want to come with, so I never have that issue. But
Mm-hmm.
I always like taking people to California Rockin' Sushi because
Mm-hmm.
like everybody loves sushi, and like that place is like legit good.
Yeah.
Actually, the place that I really want to go to, but I don't get to go often, is called Songhak. They
Kosamhak?
specialize in K barbecue, but
Ooh.
intestines.
Oh, I've seen like intestine specialty K barbecue places before, but only in New York, and I love intestine for K
Oh my god,
barbecue.
no! But here it's like next level. You can get a combo of large intestine and small intestine.
Yeah.
And for those of you that's never had like intestine K barbecue, large intestine when you grill it, it's basically like eating a sausage that's stuffed with collagen, and it's been
Oh,
like marinated,
it's
so there's like a little sweetness to it. And then small intestine, you grill it till outside is like super crispy, and inside is filled with coke.
mhm.
Um, and I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like imagine like a crispy sausage casing stuffed with like foie gras in the middle.
Oh, it's so
Um,
good.
it's like creamy in the center, crispy in the outside. So, but that's like something like you go with a friend, like not alone,
Hmm.
and like intestine key barbecue is not something like everybody's into. So yeah, that's like a little harder sell.
Yeah. Well, next time I'm here, let's go there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like when people come to Detroit, I didn't take you anywhere. We just stayed home and ate at my house.
Which is great.
Yeah. Next time we'll actually venture out a little more. But I don't know. There's actually a Thai restaurant called Takoi that is just reliably really good. But it's the same style, I guess,
Hmm.
as the Thai restaurant that we went to here. It's like trendy Thai, but it's
Hmm.
actually good. Like it's funky. It's everything that you missed from the last restaurant, but also like the same. It's not as Instagram-ish. It's like funky stuff, and it's
Hmm.
that flavor profile that you were looking for, where it's like very salty, very funky, very sweet, very fresh. Like it's very everything, and like Takoi is just like very reliably good in Detroit.
Well, next time when I'm in Detroit, I don't know when, but next time.
Next time, next. I was about to say, oh, like you can stop by when you're touring, but you're not doing North America, and also Drag Race isn't or Work the World isn't stopping by in Detroit this year.
Maybe you should move to LA.
Maybe. No, that's not happening. I don't like driving out here. Sorry. That's something that's like
Boo!
it's a deal breaker for me. Just being on the road that much and that often is just it sounds terrible to me.
You know who would say that? Cowards.
And maybe New Yorkers.
New Yorkers are their own breed. Like they're like their own thing of like New York is the best city in the world.
I mean, I like New York a lot more as a city than I like LA personally as a city. It's true. Kim is looking at me like so crazy right now.
No,
Uh,
no, no, I'm not.
yeah. No, but
No,
like
I totally understand the appeal of New York. You know, there's culture everywhere. You can walk everywhere. Um, there's like businesses everywhere. It's easy to do
mhm.
things. There's always something going on. Um, yeah, I mean, it's great.
It's definitely based on like what you value and what you want out of your city. Because like LA is probably like a fantastic city for like obviously tons of people because what it's the biggest city in the country, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So obviously there's tons of people that love living here. But you do have to enjoy being in a car.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because I am in Detroit and I'm like, no, I don't like it. I walk almost everywhere, even though got my own truck.
Just living on the edge. That John Kong. Okay, so um, you sent me these jars of spices.
Hmm.
Um, could you tell me about these?
Oh, my spice blends?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like after getting them, I'm like, they sound great in theory, but I don't know how to use any of them.
Okay. So there are three different blends, and thank you for asking because not many people. I think I saw one person reviewed it on the Burlap and Barrel website, and they were like, "I ordered these thinking there was something else. Not sure if I like them." And then other people really did like them. I think people were surprised by like their flavor profiles. Um, One is them is a master stock blend, and you can like mix that in with soy sauce to make it like more herbaceous and sweet. But I really like roasting vegetables in them. So like we have like a kabocha squash here. I'm gonna use it for curry, but you can roast that to make like roast pumpkin with it. It makes everything like naturally sweeter.
Mm.
And there's one called smoking smoldering embers, and that's for like grilling meat with or mushrooms or tempeh. Like it's a very savory, deeply savory one. And then the shimmering salt is like a finishing salt, so it's like a citrus salt that you put at the end of anything. So you can put it on anything that you cooked with the other two spices, but I actually really like putting it on like fruit, like mango and pineapple.
Okay.
Hmm.
Kind of similar to like how like the fruit vendors like dress their fruit here
Yeah, 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 yeah.
with like the red flaky stuff. I don't know what it's called. I'm
Tahine,
sorry. Yeah.
tahine. Oh, it's so tahine is so good. I like tahine better on mango than I like shimmering salt, but I like shimmering salt on pineapple more than I like tahine on pineapple.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Do you want to try some?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cut some up and we're gonna be right back.
So we're gonna take a quick break while we try this pineapple.
And we're back.
So I'm trying John's shimmer salt with the pineapple. Um, the pineapple's really juicy, and the shimmer salt adds like a nice little floral, grassy note, and it makes the pineapple like feel a little bit sweeter.
It's weird though, right? Because it's like salt and Szechuan peppercorns. Well, it's not Szechuan peppercorns. It's a Tibetan version, but same thing.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely
Yay.
like unique. I don't think you'll find this like blend of spices anywhere else. So,
That's so nice to say. They were
so
just on
y'all
Shark
should
Tank.
They were.
Yeah, the company that sells them for me. I came up with the blend and then they sourced all the spices in the blend.
Mm.
And they were all just on Shark Tank last week.
How do they do?
I don't know. I don't have TV.
Damn. I mean, but they didn't tell you.
No.
Okay.
But I hope they did well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, even if they like don't get a deal, like they still get like so much publicity just by
That
being on it.
exposure is like wild. Yeah.
I wonder if they have to like give the show like a cut for the exposure if they go
I
on
don't
it,
think
regardless of
so.
like what they would. No.
No, because how do you measure that? Like, you can't really say, like, sales. Well, you can say sales increased, but like the show wins because the people go on the show and do their pitches and people want to watch that. But then
Mm-hmm.
the individual panel, the sharks win when they like make the investment and they get a return on their investment, which I think like a lot of them have like overall lost money over like the span of their career.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I heard like had lost money, which sucks, but you know what? They probably make it up for like the amount of money they get paid to be on the show.
Yes, and plus like it's like a flex to be a shark, you know?
Yeah, totally. And like, I don't know, if I had a product and I went on Shark Tank like that, I would probably just do it for the publicity alone and not share a cut of my like revenue and company with somebody.
Mm.
Maybe you should get Kimchi Chic on your on Shark Tank.
No, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Yeah. So one thing that we did gorge on and we didn't talk about was the popcorn at Soho House.
Yeah. So they just kept like refilling our popcorn, and we actually went there without eating dinner. So we were just like shoving our face over and over again. And then when they were
Wait,
interviewing
explain why we were
Mistress,
there.
also we were there because our friend Naomi Smalls was hosting the finale viewing party for RuPaul's Drag Race. And luckily we were able to find like a little spot like in the back room with like nice seats. And yeah, like every table they had like a complimentary popcorn everywhere. And because we were hungry, we were like stuffing our face with the popcorn nonstop.
Hmm.
And when RuPaul was interviewing Mistress, while like my mouth's like full of popcorn, That's the part where she said, "Put that down," and I'm like, "Skirt."
It's so true. I was watching you when it happened. You had the pepcorn like going up to your mouth, and you were just looking like, oh, girl, she clocked you.
And damn,
Oh my god.
and that's why she lost Drag Race.
Didn't she say like this one's to all the big girls?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Put that down. Oh my God, wild. And then Naomi performed afterwards, and she did an
hmm
amazing performance. She did a couple of Beyonce songs from the
hmm
Revolution album. And I think people underestimate her as like a performer.
Who? No,
I don't,
I've never underestimated as a performer.
well, I've never underestimated her as a performer, but like, I don't think people like appreciate how amazing she is, especially live as a
Yeah,
performer. She
I mean,
is,
she's like mesmerizing to look at,
yes.
and also like I strongly disagree that like a good drag performance isn't just about like dancing and like doing these like tricks and like
Hmm.
gymnastics. You know, like Naomi knows how to like sell a song to you without resorting to like splits and like the windmills and like like all
Yeah,
that hoo
no, she
ha.
is like 100% like magnetism and like stage presence. Like she could
Mm-hmm.
captivate you just by standing there and just doing a really good lip sync and then showing like a full gamut of emotion and expression with her face. Like it is
Mm-hmm.
such a good performance. And like it's not like she doesn't do any kind of movement at all. Like she walks beautifully. She does a very good like physical interpretations of like the words. But like you see her perform and she's so good. It's so hard not to watch her because A, she's beautiful, and then B, she carries the song from start to finish. It's yeah, if you ever have a chance to see her live, you should definitely do it.
Yeah. And if you don't, you're just a hater.
True.
Anyways, I'm so excited for this congee we're gonna eat after filming this podcast. Now, as a chef, how will you dress this congee?
Okay, so I made a basic oat a steel cut oat congee because we wanted something that was a little bit more filling and healthy. And I flavored it with chicken powder and ginger while it's cooking. And then I'm going to add to it some cooked minced beef and chopped up century egg, which is the only way that I really like century egg in my congee. Like I can't really handle eating those things on their own, but when they're mixed into things cut pretty small, then it's really good because it's more mild. But you like century egg, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Century egg is pretty much like duck or chicken eggs that have been preserved in lye. That's LYE, and it's a super alkaline solution. And the egg white turns like this blue gray, clear. It's polarizing. Some people really like it. Little John, my boyfriend, loves century egg. I don't like it all that much, but I like it mixed into stuff because it does have a very distinct umami flavor. Um, but you have to be able to know how to eat it. So it's because it's so strong and pungent. People like to make TikTok videos of like them eating it and then gagging or having these like overblown reactions and stuff. Where it's like, well, you're not eating it right. Like if you took like a huge chunk of like Limburger cheese and like gave it to a person that's never had it before and made them eat it like it was an apple, they would probably have a similar reaction. But like nobody films that or nobody thinks to film something like that because frankly, that's a stupid way to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the congee that we're gonna have really
All
soon.
right.
Yeah.
Do you have any listener questions this time?
Oh, that's right. Okay, let me pull some up. Let me see. And also, if you want to ask us questions, any kind of questions of food, advice, or whatever, go ahead and add one for the table. That's number one for the table on Instagram. and send us a message, and we will do our best to answer them. Are you eating more pineapple right now?
Yes, it's delicious.
I can hear you chew.
I wanted you to hear.
Okay. Marissa says, "Hi, this is for the Q&A. More of a comment. On the Oscars episode, I wonder what DC Northern Thai restaurant you were talking about. I used to go to Old Siam on Barracks Row weekly and get Isan lunch special. It was so spicy and I would walk out wobbly. I miss that place so much. We also lost my favorite pho restaurant in my neighborhood, both obviously due to rising rent and flipping buildings. So many small Asian restaurants and businesses have gotten pushed out of DC proper. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that and if that's happening in LA or other places." So basically gentrification in Asian spaces.
Wow. I mean, COVID definitely like hit hard for like a lot of Asian businesses. Um, but I feel like in LA, quite a few businesses closed, but most of them managed to survive somehow.
Pour one out for Spoon by H.
I know.
That is like
R.I.P.
probably the biggest tragedy.
Mm-hmm. And this place called Beverly Soon Tofu.
Mm.
Yeah, they had amazing like sundubu, but yeah, they just closed and never reopened. But it was crazy. Like the last week they're closing, like so many people were trying to like get their orders in. So you have to like go on their website and like get a number. It was almost like a lottery just to get
Hmm.
some like soon tofu soup.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the times, like yes, most of the businesses closes down because of a lack of, support
Hmm.
and financial support, money. But in my experience, a lot of the people who no longer cook for a living because of the pandemic just like didn't want to deal with people anymore. A
That's
lot of
true.
times, like during like after quarantine happened, a lot of like the worst of the worst customers were the only people anyone was seeing. And whether that you were a server or a cook and stuff, it was just like a daily supply of like the worst customers or the worst kind of customers. People who like got offended that they had to wear a mask if they wanted to come into your restaurant, that kind of thing. And that just like pushed a lot of people out. Like why would
Hmm.
we want to do this? And why do we want to serve people that like are not just ungrateful, um, but like are so entitled to like how to dictate your own health. Like it's just a
Hmm.
toxic environment to be in all the time. Never mind that it was already stressful to work there, but now throw in the fact that every customer during that period of time was a bad one. It's no shock that people got out of the industry in general because of it.
Like people in like the other states were telling me like not only people wouldn't wear a mask. If you wore a mask, they like harass you for wearing a mask,
Oh, totally.
and it's like so fucked up because anywhere else in the world, everyone wore a mask, like no questions
Yeah.
asked. And America's the only place where the fucking like incompetent president turned it into a political thing
Yeah.
because he mishandled the whole thing like really badly that it became like a political tool. Like
Yeah.
just wear the freaking mask. It's like there's nothing political about it. Like we're all just trying to be safe. And also like all these fucking pansy people like, oh, I can't breathe, or like
Hmm.
I don't know, like suck it up. It's
If
better
you
than
can't, if you
dying.
couldn't do it, then just don't go into the restaurant. Like, why is like one bad customer's right to like not be uncomfortable? Why does that like take precedent over the health of the entire staff and all the other customers in the room? Like it's something
And
that
then
only like people around here just think that way.
and it was like so ridiculous how some people will get like a fake note made that like if you deny me because I didn't wear a mask, you're like violating like this like law, blah blah blah, that doesn't even exist.
Right.
People are crazy. Like you went out of your way to like do all this just so you don't have to wear a mask when you could have just worn a mask in the first place.
Picked up your nuggets and then left.
Yes. Instead of sitting there like screaming and arguing and like, oh my god, I don't know. It's just, oh, America's so depressing nowadays. Like everything in the news is just terrible news, and like when will anything like good ever happen?
I mean, we can only hope, I guess. We can only hope. That's such a depressing way to.
Like, I mean, not to like go for like a tangent, but like every time you tune to the news, it's like the Republicans,
Mhm.
and like the right wing party, like doing something to like a marginalized group of people, taking away like healthcare, like
Well,
any
it's
sort of
so
like rights that they may have, and then while like just ignoring like the major issue while people are getting like shut down every day.
it's so easy to pick on a small marginalized group. Before it was, well, right after 9/11, it was like all Middle Eastern people. But then like they attacked the gay LGBT population, and now they had to zero in on trans people in general because gay people are pretty commonplace. And there's where how to put this? Basically, with less than half of a percent of the population, trans people are really easy to demonize by the conservatives simply because not that many people in their base will ever meet one. And so it's easy to make a monster of somebody that you're never going to meet, because once you've met a person or met like a person who you think is so much different from you, and then you realize they're not all that much different from you, because people can only be people,
Mm-hmm.
Um, so of course they would attack the trans community because A, they are seemingly on the surface really, really different, but also B, they're super rare and uncommon in comparison to the rest of the population of the country. So of course they're going to attack them because they know that most people will never meet one.
I just hoping for a day where like I tune into news and I just finally hear some like good news about not just trans rights, but like
Hmm.
just like good news in general. And I feel like we've not gotten a good news in a long while.
Yeah, it has been just crisis after crisis after crisis.
Anyways, yeah. And how do I feel about gentrification? It sucks.
It,
Going back to the original question.
yeah. We
But you
kind
know
of,
what? Life sucks too.
yeah.
Anyways, congee.
Yeah. Wait, let's see if there's maybe like another question that we can end on a better note. Oh. Hey, Kim and John, loving the podcast so far. Definitely a big highlight of my Monday. Hopefully, this one didn't send you spiraling into depression. Um, I listened to a recent episode where you both talked about fried chicken. I'm a Nashville native. Oh. And wanted to say that if you should find yourself in Nashville, you should try out Bolton's, if you want real, authentic Nashville hot chicken. It's been a staple before Nashville hot chicken was a widely known thing, and I think they even have a pop up in LA now. Family owned business, and the chicken is legit hot in the best way. Can't recommend them enough. You should try the real deal. Can't wait for more episodes. Wishing you
Ooh.
both nothing but love and success.
Ooh.
Do they have a Bolton's pop up in LA?
Let me do a little googling.
What voice was that?
I don't know. It's my I want fried chicken voice. Let's see. Nothing comes up.
Oh.
You lied.
Well, speaking of the pop up, what about that like seafood Mexican truck that we had the other day with Naomi?
Oh, yeah. So right by my house, they opened up this seafood truck, seafood taco. oh my god, it's just like a tongue twister. Seafood taco food truck, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they're still new. And we were the only customers there, but our order took 40 minutes. Um, but they just recently opened up, so I'm sure they're like working at the Kings. And all the food we got was really good. On the menu, they
It
had like
was.
sashimi, aguachile, and tacos. But these weren't just any tacos. These
Mm.
were special tacos. It was like a homemade blue corn tortilla, and the one that John got, Naomi and I got a bite each, and it was like so delicious to the point we were talking about it the next day.
Yeah,
Uh, on top of like, the blue corn tortilla, I think there was like a layer of caramelized cheese that was like
so
engulfing the whole
good.
tortilla,
It was
and then
crispy.
slice of filet mignon, a chunk
Hmm.
of lobster, and what
Yeah,
else was on there?
it was. That's what it was. It was their surf and turf taco, and it was by far the best thing on their menu. Like by far,
Uh
everything was
huh.
good. Um, I like their aguachiles more than I like their ceviche. Because
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was just like more flavor. I thought their ceviche was a little too salty. Um, and then their octopus taco looked really good.
The octopus taco was really good, except actually, you know what? No, it was too sweet. Do you remember
Oh,
you did eat?
that's right. It was almost like a barbecue sauce type thing, or like
Yeah.
a barbecue tamarind sauce. It was on the
Mm-hmm.
sweeter side. I liked it as a Cantonese person, so
Mm.
you can tell like how sweet that probably would have been.
To me, it was just like a little too sweet, but the octopus
Hmm.
itself was really tender.
Mm. What did Naomi have?
Naomi got some two taco thing.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't remember what she had. I think she had like a fish taco and like octopus taco.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what she had too. Yeah.
Mm. But the aguachile was really good. It was nice and spicy.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. LA just has like such a good like food truck scene. When you come to LA, like don't be afraid to like hit any of like the food trucks because
The s-
they're legit.
the street side Mexican food vendors are so good here. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't have tacos or Mexican food in general unless I'm in LA anymore. Like I can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's tainted me with just how good quality it is over here. So like if I'm in New York and people like want to go out for something, like the last thing I want is like Mexican food out there. It just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't compare. It's like trying to get a bagel outside of Manhattan or outside of New York. Well, New Jersey's got
Mm-hmm.
good bagels too, though.
New Jersey. No,
Yeah,
that's not how you
and
say it.
also like, well,
What's
New Jersey. I don't know how to
New
say it
Jersey?
either.
I don't
Jersey.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Jersey? No. I'm so bad at accents.
Yeah, me too. I've also not never had like a good Detroit style pizza place out of Detroit. I will say
Mm.
that. I heard there's some good ones in Chicago, which I'm definitely believe. But yeah, the places that I've had outside of Detroit have not been good for their Detroit style pizza.
Actually, your Costco has
Wait,
pretty
what?
decent frozen Detroit style pizza. I think it's called like Motor City Pizza.
What?
So I follow Costco Reddit. It's my guilty pleasure. I love it. Leave me alone. Um, and people constantly post like reviews of like the food that they sell at Costco.
Hmm.
And I saw a lot of people rave about like this Motor City pizza that they sell at Costco. Apparently, it tastes like really good Detroit style pizza, but in frozen form.
Interesting. I wonder if you can get it. Is it in California that they can get it? Because Costco's are surprisingly regional.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. I don't think the person specified which Costco like they went to,
Because I remember
so it
they
might
like
be.
Korean vegan got
Mm-hmm,
like boba Costco boba kits, but it was the
mm-hmm,
Calabasas Costco.
mm-hmm. Yeah, because Costco caters to like whatever demographic like that they're nearby.
Yeah. Oh, we should also order boba.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, that was our podcast for today.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah, and yeah, sorry we went off on a good depressing tangent earlier.
I know. Things got dark, but that's okay.
You know, politics get me riled up, okay? So anyways, if you like our podcast, like, subscribe, share. If you don't, you're a hater, and we don't like haters in this house.
Goodbye, everybody.